want to be paying attention to this. Any one of you in about 15 minutes can make an easy $500. What we're going to do, you see a lot of people come into MOBE and they think they understand the compensation plan. Who here thinks they understand our compensation plan? Put up your hand. That's a little bit worrisome. I thought you were all going to put up your hand. All right, so I don't know who's going to get this, but we'll do it so whoever is closest wins $500. Okay, so what I'm going to do in a moment, in fact, Brian, if you want to start handing out the scenarios. Basically, yeah, it's a hypothetical scenario. You'll see it. It'll say scenario on the front. Basically, I'm going to give you a hypothetical scenario, and there's going to be 3 people in this scenario in MOBE. And all you have to do is guess, or don't guess, but actually work it out, how much each person made by the end of the scenario. Okay? Brian, we need you at the back. So Brian's going to hand out those scenarios now. So just focus on this. I'm going to walk you through it, and then just pen and paper, work this out in your mind, and we'll have quiet for about 5 minutes. Don't cheat, don't help each other. Just try and guess. Now, the first 5 people who think you know the answer, come up on stage, okay? Only for the first 5. So I'm going to read out this scenario. You'll have it in front of you. Once you know the answer, come and stand on stage. And then once we have 5 people, we will go through and we will see who is the closest. Okay? All right, so while they're handing them out, let me walk you through this. So $500. So here it is. Listen closely. You become a MOBE licensee. You're brand new. You come on board as a MOBE licensee. You decide to get fully invested from the business from the very start to take advantage of our compensation plan. And also so you can recommend our higher level programs like Titanium and Platinum with full conviction and integrity because you yourself are invested in those programs. It's kind of hard to promote something to somebody and ask them to buy it if you're not willing to buy it yourself. So you be smart, and you decide to get fully positioned from day one, and also because you want to come hang out in Fiji with some millionaires. Now 2 days later, a guy called John, possibly John Chow, John then joins your organization, and he purchases the MOBE license rights program from you. Now John, he buys into this, and he puts down $2,000 for that. And in his mind, he thinks this. He thinks, well, this looks pretty good, and I'm willing to go halfway into the license rights program, but I just want to make sure that this actually works. I want to see if I can get a sale first. Once I get a sale, then I'll step up. Then I'll become Titanium and Platinum. 3 days later, John gets his first sale. He's promoting I Am Revolution. Someone buys that $10 ebook, and in the very first upsell, they get offered the license rights, and they buy it. So John makes his first sale, and he's pretty happy about that. And her name, the customer, her name is Catherine. So there's 3 parties, you, John, and Catherine. Now that John has got his first sale, he thinks, oh, all right, now I'm going to get fully positioned. And he invests in Titanium and Platinum like 2 days after getting that first sale. Now, it continues. Catherine turns out to be a very talented affiliate marketer. Every so often, you're going to get a sale, and that new customer will be the next big thing in MOBE. You've seen it, right? Terry was someone's sale. I think Terry was John Chow's sale, and I bet John Chow didn't know that he would have Terry under him and be getting a piece of Terry's business. But you never know who's going to join your team. Could be the next superstar marketer. And Catherine turns out to be pretty good. She's got a list. She puts on a webinar, and she promotes the MOBE license rights webinar. About 100 people show up. It's her first webinar. She hasn't really done too many before, but she gets 3 sales. Okay, now notice Catherine is only a licensee. She gets 3 sales. Their names are Kelly, Sarah, and Todd. With a newfound success, Catherine then decides to also become titanium and platinum. Of Catherine's 3 new MLRs, MOBE license right sales, one of them decides to become titanium and platinum from the very start. And that happens. We have people who come on board and they get fully positioned right from the start or within about a 1-week period. It actually happens pretty often. Now for $500 cash, how much in commissions have you, John, and Catherine made at the end of this, assuming that all products were purchased up front? What we're going to do, we're going to take let's have 5 minutes. Let's have silence, and if you can play some music, just gently, some thinking quiz show kind of music, for 5 minutes. Once you know the answer for all 3 people, come and stand up on stage. First 5 people up on stage, we'll then see what answers they've got, and someone wins $500. Who here is confident that you have the right answer? Just raise your hand. You're confident, you're 100% confident you have the right answer. All right. Okay, well it's not too good. I mean, we don't, maybe I'm going to take that home and now I know I've got to explain this a little bit better. But I'm really glad you're here. Those of you at home watching this in the streaming too, it's really important you understand this as well. So let's go through and just tell us simply how much you, John, Catherine made, and you guys write down their answers so they don't change it, possibly, and just remember their answer.
Okay. I made nine grand.
So you made 9,000.
9,000.
Sorry, what's your name again? Clemente. Right, Bert.
John made $9,000.
Right.
And Catherine made 11,000.
11,000. So 9, 9, 11.
9, 9, 11.
You, John, Catherine. All right, let's do it in that order. Okay.
So I made 9,000, John made 9,000, and Catherine 4,000.
Okay.
I didn't separate it. I just got a total of $37,000. I just added.
I see you just did gross. All right, so we know. All right, 37. Okay. And John?
I made 10,200. John made 10,500. Catherine made 11,000.
Okay.
I made 9,000. John made 9,000, and Catherine made 11,000.
11,000. All right.
Yeah, but same thing. So I
Same
made
answer.
9,000, John made 9, and Catherine made 11.
Okay. All right.
I made 9,000, John 9,000, Catherine 11,000.
Okay, so quite a few people then. And
I made 9,100, John made 9,300, and Catherine made 11,000.
all right. And finally, Junjun, what do you think?
We win, man. Yes. Same with him.
Are you both?
9,100 and 9,300 and then 11,000.
Okay. So do you guys think that some of them are going to be right? Well, unfortunately, you're all wrong. And not only are you wrong, but most of you are way off by a lot. So just stand over there a little bit. So I'm going to teach you how this works. So let me walk you through. And I don't know, this is going to be pretty close, so I don't know how we're going to decide. We'll work it out. So pay attention to this. This is how it happened. Here's the answer. Event number 1. You get fully positioned as a MOBE licensee, titanium and platinum, from day 1. And then John came on board. Now John got the license rights from you, so you naturally make $1,000, right? We all know that. You make $1,000 commission. But then after that, 3 days later, John got his first sale. He sells the MOBE license rights to Catherine. John makes $1,000, but you now get 5% of John's business. Gross. And there's a key distinction between gross and net. Very different. So on a $2,000 sale, 5% of that is $100. So, for example, if you get someone good underneath you, like John Chow has Terry Lamb under him. Terry, you made something like 55 license sales. You made John quite a bit. Because you're a good person to have in your team, right? My point is, if you get someone good on your team, you now take 5% of their gross business. That comes out of my end, not your end. So you still make $1,000. You still make your full commission, but then out of my end, there's a second level. A lot of people don't realize that, but it can add up to be quite substantial. Let's keep on going. Now, after this, John then decides to get fully positioned. Why? He thinks, oh, now this works. I got a sale. I'm going all in. I'm getting titanium and platinum. He gets titanium, which makes you $3,000. He then gets platinum, which makes you $5,000. That's a total of $8,000 in your pocket. So now you've actually made from John, you've actually made $9,000 really, just commissions from one sale. But here's the twist. Catherine does the webinar. 100 people show up. She gets 3 license rights sales. Their names are Kelly, Sarah, and Todd. Now, Catherine is under John. John is getting 5% of Catherine's business. So Catherine makes 3 license rights commissions, $3,000, and John gets 5% of each sale, $100 times 3. There's another $300. With a newfound success, Catherine decides to become a titanium and platinum mastermind member. But who gets that $8,000 commission? You do. I'll tell you why. When you bring on a license rights person onto your team, at that point in time, the license rights, titanium and platinum sponsors are set, and they do not change. We do not go around changing them. Okay? So you're protected. If you're fully positioned, you bring someone on board, you will get all of their commissions. But if you bring someone on board and you are only a licensee, and you're not yet positioned, let's say I bring on Junjun to my team, and I'm only a licensee. My titanium and my platinum sponsor, because at the time I wasn't yet positioned, Junjun now goes into their titanium and platinum organization forever. So now if he steps up, even if it's 3 weeks later, even if I get titanium and platinum a day before him, it doesn't work like that. Those commissions go to his titanium and platinum sponsor, which was set in stone at the time that he came on board. So you just made another $8,000 and you didn't even see that coming. You didn't even see that coming. But then, it gets even better. Of Catherine's 3 new licensees, one of them decides to step up. Now, because at the time that Catherine came on board, John was only a licensee. So Catherine's titanium and platinum sponsor, which is you, that's all now set in stone. So those commissions go to you as well. Wow. Do you see the advantage of getting fully positioned from day one? You made one single sale to John, and it's made you $25,100. Why? Because you're fully positioned in the business. This is why I keep on telling you, if you want to be all in this, get fully positioned from day one. Don't kind of delay it. Don't put it off like John did, because this actually happens more often than you would think. This happens all the time. And those people, like John Chow, Terry Lamb, Chris Prefontaine, Junjun, those people who get positioned at platinum, they get the bigger commissions. Okay? So does this all make sense? Does anyone have any questions about this? But you see it, right? There's one back there.
Are we going to get a copy of the answer?
Yeah, you'll all get a copy of this. But that's why we do this, because I want you to see how it actually works so you fully understand it. getting position from day one makes sense. So let's make it around you because that's what's important. Who was closest to 25,100?
John.
So John, right? All right, $500. He keeps on making all the money. Why? So someone here will win $100 in the next 2 minutes. I'm going to take this one step further. So for $100, I have a new question for you. What if John had decided to get fully positioned from the start as a titanium and platinum mastermind member rather than waiting 4 days to see how it all goes? What if he'd done that? How much money would John have made? Forget about you and Catherine. How much money would John have made? Let's take 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes. Quickly work that out. And then I'll ask you just to raise your hand and we'll do it that way. All right, so raise your hand if you think you know the answer. All right. I'll tell you what, I'm going to randomly choose 5. Okay? Nicholas, what do you think?
17,300.
17,300. So someone just write this down. You.
17,000.
17,000. All right, 3 more. Yes, you, lady.
17,300.
Okay, same. So we'll have to split it if you both get that. Sir?
I got 17,000.
17,000. Yeah.
20,300.
20,300. All right, so someone write that down. I hope you wrote that down. Here's the answer. So John, rather than delaying for 4 days, he gets position from day one. Here's the answer. Let me walk you through this very quickly. So you get fully positioned from day one. You don't stuff around. You say, all right, I'm going to go all in this business. I'm going to take it seriously. I'm getting fully positioned. John comes on board. He gets all 3 programs. So yes, he makes that investment up front, even though he hasn't made a sale yet. But he's like I was in 2009. He's not waiting for the external world to show him some results because he knows he creates his external world. So he just goes all in, gets fully positioned. 3 days later, John gets his first sale. He sells the MOBE license rights to Catherine. So we know this, right? John makes $1,000. You make $100. Nothing's changed with that. But Catherine does a webinar. 100 people, 3 show up. She gets 3 license rights sales. John makes $300, which is level 2, 5% commission. We know that. This is where it changes. Catherine decides to step up. Now, because John was smart, he got fully positioned from day one. Look what happened. John now makes his first $8,000 commission. Of Catherine's 3 new licensees, just one of them decides to step up. Todd. John makes that commission too. Why? Because at the time that Catherine came on board, she was only a licensee, and she made sales as a licensee to 3 people. Those 3 people now go in John's titanium and platinum organizations. So when they step up, John is making those commissions. Total, 17,300. So who said that? 2 people. So guys, we're going to have to go 50-50. Want to come up?
Ronnie 10 in there?
What's that? Yeah, so you're going to have to get a 10 because they're in 20s. All right, well done. So that's pretty good though. Good guess.